Lambert and Heart Like Mine, her latest from the Revolution CD.
Big winner on the ACMs.
She's got nowhere to go but down from here, does she?
Man. No, she's not. She's going to continue to climb.
You think so?
She's going to set some new records.
What is she going to do? What's beyond this? Is she the next George Strait of country radio?
I don't know about that. I mean, we're talking
Think she could fly a plane?
I bet she could give it a shot.
You think she could?
I don't know if she'd want to get in one of them loop-de-loop planes.
Well, Greg Poe's here from
my goodness.
The Air Show this weekend. Miranda Lambert be too big for that plane, Greg? I'm just. You want to talk about that?
Some people are too big. Some people are not. Some people in this room are too big.
Look, let me just tell you, that thing they wanted me to get into was almost like a remote control plane.
Is that right?
I honestly thought somebody was controlling it from the ground. And what was funny, they were all over there discussing it, and I'm looking at the plane. I'm talking to a buddy of mine. I'm going, I'm never getting in that thing. And it appears they were having the same conversation down at the other end of the flight line.
We're never going to get him in that plane.
And if we do, it'll never get off the ground.
Now, what are you, Greg, you're with which group are you with?
Well, I am a civilian airshow pilot. I'm sponsored by a company called Fagan Inc.
Okay.
And we do air shows all over the country. We have 23 on our schedule this year, and this is number 3. So we just got our season started off.
Describe the plane to me that you fly.
Well, the airplane is called the Fagan MXS. We actually have 2 of these. We have a 2-seat version, the one that Rick didn't fit in, and we have a single-seat version, which is what I perform in. That's the main performing airplane. It's a very high-tech plane made of carbon fiber material, lightweight and strong.
Yeah, light.
And if any of you have ever watched the Red Bull race series on TV, this is basically one of the Red Bull race planes.
Wow.
I use it for very aggressive aerobatic type flying. This is not Grandpa's old barnstorming.
Loop-de-loops and
no,
stuff.
No, this is hardcore in your face rock and roll flying.
Yeah. So you had no intention of putting him in that plane.
No, we did.
Did you really?
Oh, because there's nothing more fun than coming here in the morning and getting to talk about how green he was. And so we didn't get to do that.
Well, he goes, how much do you weigh? And I was like, well, this isn't moving in a positive direction. And he goes, the weight, there were certain height and weight requirements that we have in this, and we're up around the 200 mark, and the most we've ever put in there is 220. And he said, but we do have other options. I said, well, let's go ahead and move to those.
Yeah. So
you know what I find interesting though is he gave the question that was asked, but he didn't give the answer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I told him I was, around the 250 mark,
Oh,
240,
okay,
250.
So you threw him in the belly of a C-17.
Pretty much.
Here, if you stand right here, we'll fly right over you. You'll get a great experience.
That's great. Now, I am really curious what you did in your prior life here to qualify you for what you do now. I mean, how do you get to do what you do?
I failed the psychological tests.
Oh, at the Air Force and
everything in life, I failed.
Right.
No, the way that I got here is that I was a kid with a dream, and I followed it, and that really is the story. As a young man, I grew up in Idaho, and I never got an opportunity to really travel or go anywhere, so I dreamed a lot about where I'd like to go, and I'd watch airplanes fly overhead and thought how
the
cool
dusters
that was.
and everything else out there, I guess.
Yeah. So I went after that myself, and my parents didn't have the money for me to fly, so I had to save my own money, get my own pilot's license.
And that's not cheap.
No.
Even
then, it took me 2 years to save $2,000 in part-time jobs, and then I spent all of that to get my license, and that's 37 years ago.
Now, do you fly today like they didn't want you to back then? Or did they teach you to fly this way?
I sort of maybe went a little bit beyond the way I was taught to fly.
I bet, man.
And he got that very first remote control plane, and he's still flying it today.
That's really incredible. How many are with your group? Are you a solo act? Or?
I perform as a solo act. There are actually 4 of us on our team.
Okay.
And we take 3 airplanes on the road everywhere we go, plus a support truck and trailer.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. Because I've flown the C-17s and I've flown. I've flown my whole life. I could not imagine getting in that thing and doing what. I couldn't even imagine taking off in that thing, let alone even coming close to doing what you do.
But I'll tell you, TJ, I can't imagine not. I've done this for so long, and this is the opportunity of a lifetime. It's a dream come true. It truly is, to be able to get in your own magic carpet and travel
and just do it.
Almost anywhere in the world. Yeah, it is absolutely an amazing life.
You had to have had a close call or two.
Yeah, we had one today. We driving here, some lady in front of us cut us off. That was close.
That had to be on this side of the bridge. I've run into her myself. I know who you're talking about. I know
And
you're
then there
talking
was
about.
that time this fat guy showed up and tried to stuff himself into a plane.
Try to get in that plane.
That was a close call.
You guys will be flying when this weekend? Or you'll be flying when?
Yeah, we have a full-up practice on Friday. The show is Saturday, and I'm going to fly twice during the air show, as I understand it, and I don't have the exact times. So I'm just not the one to answer that one for you. But it's a full-up schedule. I mean, some very, very good civilian air show pilots, and then of course you've got the Thunderbirds. What more could you ask for? So it's going to be a terrific event.
This is really cool, and honestly, I'm probably glad you didn't get him in that plane because he would have totally messed up that canopy. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah.
He gets queasy around bugs.
I have a weak stomach.
And I mean, I don't know why he even went out there.
Had that happened, I had to make him walk back.
Is that just pop the top and let him drop? Huh?
One-way ticket. We'd have canceled the return portion of that flight.
Where can folks find out more about you and what you do? I guess online there's got to be some room. Yeah.
You can go to gregpoe.com, which is our website, and you can see what we do, our schedule. We have a youth program called Elevate Your Life that we do all over the country as well, and there's quite a bit of information there on that.
That's sweet, man. Good, an amazing life you live.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely.
Air show, by the way, gates open at 8. It's free for everybody. It's this Saturday morning over at the air base. 2 ways in, the Rivers Avenue side and then the Dorchester side.
Gotcha. And they have a new plan in place for getting you in and getting you out this year. For those of you who went last year and maybe felt like I ain't doing this again. They've been working real hard on the traffic flow situation and got it hopefully better under control this year. And again, they're opening at 8 o'clock for the gates. Get out and enjoy it with the whole family. It's really an amazing thing. It's really an amazing thing to be part of. Honor having you in the room with us, man. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that very much.
And thanks for not hurting him yesterday.
There was enough money on the table. Had there been more, we shoehorned him into that plan.
They put in a little more fuel.
A little.